Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's been a hot minute, I think, that we weren't here last week. So for everybody that's been patient with us, we truly appreciate it. Welcome. And, Brandon, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Back online, back in our little windows.
Oh,
feels good.
I missed it. I missed doing the lives, but hey, guys, it's just been, as you guys know, my mom was sick in the hospital. We actually brought her home for a while. That didn't go as good as we had wished it would, and it was really crazy busy. So Michelle and I just needed a break. Michelle cannot be with us today. The reason is because it's like 100,000 degrees in her apartment, because we don't have air conditioning here in my little Western hillbilly place of the world. So she can't even stand to be in her apartment right now. So it's pretty insane. But Brandon, how are you doing?
Pretty good. We're I don't think we're even as hot as y'all are up there. I mean, it's pretty nice insane here. Pretty cloudy, but I'm good. Feeling, I don't know. There's like an energy of, excuse me, buckling down and really prioritizing that I have taken on. One of the things that I really am trying to focus on is working on this Patreon, since we have a few people there. So I'm devising a few things that I want to share on there. I do want to release my hypnosis tracks and like the little meditation things. I want to release them there first to kind of honor the people that support the Patreon. But also, I know you and I had talked about doing stuff, Kathy, and so that's still in the works here. I wanted to let everybody know, but I know a lot of people are really interested in learning about developing their abilities. So I think we're going to craft and cater some stuff to that. So that way, there's constantly something learning. And I'm thinking there's going to be really one major lesson per month at least, if not every few weeks or so. I don't want to spread myself too thin between multiple jobs and careers here, but at least something that really sinks and a theme for the month, because in my personal opinion, and you can agree or disagree, Kathy, it's when you learn about spiritual concepts, it's important to learn about them and how they work, but even more important is the application and the experience of it. That's huge.
Oh, absolutely. There's been so many times, as you guys know, I actually did do, paranormal investigation for a long time. And so, through the course of that, I dealt with a lot of psychics, mediums, intuitives, empaths, all of that stuff, because even though I was a psychic myself, I didn't feel that it was fair going into somebody's home, me knowing the case already. So we tried to bring in people that had no idea about what was going on, because even though I could pick stuff up and I knew what was going on, it's still better to hear it from somebody like that third party situation, so that you're not being biased towards it. Right. And, through the course of that, I mean, there was like you were just saying, application is the key in there. And there are so many people that don't understand the application of what it is that they're doing, or they don't understand the ramifications of what it is that they're possibly saying, or, they don't take the time to truly develop or go in deeper than possibly that they should. I don't know how many times, like, it's both you and I know, like, I can actually say it. So I work on this app called Purple Ocean, and I believe that we're allowed to say that. So I'm going to go with that. And there's been times where clients are like, in this place of going, I can't see this happening. I cannot see this happening. And then, because I'm looking not at just that current situation, I'm able to see that path that's coming through, that path that I'm being shown. And it's really that matter of following that path that that I'm seeing, or that spirit is showing me. And I'll have them come back months later and say, holy crap, like, everything that you said was exact. I actually had one that phoned the other day. This was wild. And she phoned me one day, and then and I told her all this stuff, and she's like, oh, I don't know. I hope it's coming true. She literally phoned me the next day and said, everything that you said word for word happened this morning. And I'm like, yes. So it's about that application. It's about following, what it is that you're getting, but, not allowing your own judgment.
Yeah. To get in the way. Absolutely. Hey, so guys, we have a guest with us today. I got a baby. I brought the baby on this is a new baby. So this is, I don't know if you guys can see her. Mm-hmm. She's sweet as pie. Her name is, I think I'm calling her Athena because she's so beautiful. That's
cool. Yeah.
Perfect.
And she's 6 years old, and she's just lovely. She likes me. She gives me kisses all the time. And so, yeah, I thought I'd bring her on and let her say hi to everybody and hello. And she's not going to stay on camera all the time for those that are scared of snakes. I'm going to just keep her here. And every once in a while, you may see her curl around my neck or something. And if you see me turn white and fall over, well, then
something happens.
Yeah, might want to call 911. No, I'm just teasing. So for those of you that want a personal reading, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com or through my Facebook and my Instagram page. Hey, I'm also on TikTok now under Oracle Intuitions, so make sure you guys follow me there. Before we get into where people can reach you, Brandon, I just want everybody to know I did close the chat on YouTube only to subscribers. And the reason for that is that we were getting a lot of trolls coming in. And so now at least they're not just blocked from the chat, like they'll be blocked, it will be a complete block. So, I mean, if that happens, but also too, as we are doing free readings, as much as possible, although, donations are first, but I just wanted everybody to know that, hopefully we won't be bombarded by weird people.
Yeah.
Or salespeople, the salespeople that are trying to pitch you, hey, message me here for, your reading on how many demons are following you and that kind of crap. So
Good Lord.
It's a little quieter tonight. Hey, like the chat's not as going as it normally is. Who's all watching here? Maybe say hi in the chat. Cause I think there's a couple for sure that are watching, but I do know that there's a couple of people that are really, they've got some stuff to do, and I think there's some things going on, overseas or in different countries that they're trying to deal with as well. So I think that might be why it's a little bit quieter today as well. And that's okay.
Oh, maybe because, you limited who can just jump in and jump off and whatever.
Yeah, it might be. That might be. Oh, Kay's here and Chandra's here. And I think Cathryn was here as well, or maybe she still is here. So yeah, if you're here, say hi. And we're going to be opening up to readings right away. So how we do it is we do a lottery, guys. So what we'll get you to do is we'll get you to put your question down into the comment section. If you are on Facebook, though, it may be harder for us to see your your comment.
Well,
Okay.
since we don't have our moderator, I'm not going to be able to grab the questions and
Right.
from Facebook, because I'm not on Facebook Live. I'm on the
Yeah.
StreamYard and then also on YouTube on the other computer. So I'll need that question in YouTube. So if you're on Facebook Live, please pop on over to YouTube. Kathy will post the link to the YouTube in the chat there.
I will put it here. So it's literally just, let me just see if I can, I don't know if I can actually get the link. Let me just see here. I might, hang on, give me 1 second. You know what, guys? Just go to YouTube and type in Oracle Intuitions. It's probably the fastest way to do it. Or the link will be on my regular page, because I think that I have to use, by the time I get over there, it might take me forever because my computer is really slow. Hang on a second. I might be able to do it. But yeah, if you can go over to YouTube, Brandon cannot see your things otherwise.
Yep.
Your questions.
That's why we need our moderator, but we're still here despite not being able to have one today. So got to work with us a little bit. And besides, you can interact with everybody else in the YouTube chat, and everybody's pretty fun and friendly. And now
that way you're not alone. Unless
also,
really
for the people that are listening into the other channel, the I Want to Believe, it looks like there's a few people over there as well.
Okay.
If they do want a reading, it would be best if they popped on over to Oracle Intuitions, just so I can have them in the chat and I can moderate here from that.
How the heck do I find my link?
Your live stream?
Well, yeah. Oh, hang on.
Should be right on your page.
I'm kind of like, how do I do this? I don't know how to do it. I'm computer illiterate, apparently. Duh. There we go. All right. Now we can do it. Let me just figure out technology, guys. Sorry. I'm not my son, apparently. I will figure this out. Okay, here we go. I think I got it. Content. And all right. Yeah, definitely. If you guys, you know what, if I'm posting videos, I am brand new to TikTok. I'm going to tell you guys this. And, I'm still in that, maybe I'm too old for this crap, but I think that I'm not. So I'm trying. I am trying to do TikTok. I actually got a lot of followers, fairly quickly, like in one day, like over 100 or something in a day. So that's not too bad. Okay. I did post I posted the link to, I don't know. I don't know what I did here.
You posted it to all of it, so that's okay. They got it all over the place.
Okay.
So, Cho-Ing, if you are on Facebook, pop on over to that link on YouTube, so that way I can get your questions if you do want a reading. Jason, I see that you donated. Thank you. I'll have Kathy confirm that.
He did. Yeah, he did. I saw it. Got it.
Reminder to those of you that are listening, if you do want a guaranteed reading on today's show, you can donate. Use the link in the description box or on the scroll at the bottom should have instructions. That will give you priority here. So far we've got Jason donated. If you could, please post your question, your first name, your zodiac sign and question in the chat. And I will load that up here. So I've got you. Was there any others that I missed? Any before Jason?
No, I think that's it so far. Okay. Hi, Devry. So how we're doing the readings, we're just going to walk this through. So it is going to be by donation first. So if you want a guaranteed reading, there are links, if you look at the scroll, there are links as to where you can donate. Otherwise, what we are doing is we do it by lottery. So what we're going to ask people to do is post your question, and then we're going to be assigning you a number. From that number, we will be, doing a draw and pulling the numbers that way. All right. So
please type in your first name, your zodiac sign, and your question. When you do that, I will put you on the lottery list and you will be assigned a number. Just take note of your number. I'll have a full list if you don't remember. But when we call your number, that means you have won a free reading. So it is all lottery based, like Kathy said. But if you do, sometimes you got a lot of pressure and you need to know what in the hell is going on with, so-and-so spouse or the person you're really after, or are you going to get that job? Sometimes you just really need to freaking know. I mean, I get it. It happens to me all the time. So that's why we have the ability to donate here. And Kathy's channel is growing very quickly here, which is really exciting. So that super chat will probably be effective before the end of the year, I'm guessing.
I hope so. Yeah, that would be
so
good.
Once that happens, that's just going to be a lot easier. Your questions are going to be pinned at the top and we can just kind of go off of that, and it's going to be a lot easier for us. But we're working with what we've got right now. So follow the links in the description box if you do want a guaranteed reading. Otherwise,
and I'm going to ask people a very special request. If you have subscribed and you're in the chat, I'm going to ask, please, please, please don't click unsubscribe and then the subscribe in the back. You know what I mean? Because what happens is the YouTube algorithm catches that. And what we're trying to do is grow this channel so we can continue to bring you these shows, continue to bring the readings. We're going to try and get everybody that we can in regards to the readings. So we truly appreciate when you subscribe to it. But, there have been people in the past that have subscribed and then unsubscribed or whatever. And it does mess with the algorithm. And then what happens is the channel doesn't get seen as often, and it can really hurt it, or it can help it by you just subscribing and staying on. Okay, so that's what I'm asking of you guys. Please don't unsubscribe. Just continue staying subscribed if at all possible, because it really, truly helps
you.
Yeah. Let's get into it. So Jason, Mr. Leo, wants a general reading. Jason, is there an area that you want us to look more into at all? I keep hearing the word. There's a word that keeps coming through, and I'm trying to. It's like. Just give me a sec, because I'm trying to grasp this word, and it's like it starts with an A, and I'm trying to get the generality of what it's talking about. Have you just been extremely active lately? I feel like that's sort of the word. It feels like a lot of activity, a lot of movement. It's advancement. That might be the word, something to do with advancement, active. It feels like you're trying to advance something, and I don't know if this is in a form of just give me a second here. It's like there's a goal that you're trying to reach towards something, and it feels like you've been working very actively towards this advancement of it. Does that make sense to you, Jason? If you can just confirm that, because it just feels like it just feels like it almost feels like your blood pressure's up a little bit. In the extent of there's excitement around it, or that you're really trying to reach it, or that it's coming forward towards you in some way. There's a little bit of nervousness in regards to it as well. Work life just moved to Edmonton, and okay, there we go. I think, all right, with this job, was there an advancement with it? Because it feels as though, are you management or something? It's what I want to ask. Because there's this energy here of it just feels like there's people under you, or there's about to be people, something to do with this. I know it seems kind of basic right now, but it just feels like there's it's like work to be done, and you're moving towards that. I don't know if that makes any sense. It could be just because of the fact that you moved into Edmonton, that, things are kind of active or really going. But, and let me just look into other things here. I don't know, Brandon, if you're picking up anything. I just feel like I need a minute here.
Sure. So Jason, when I'm tapped into your energy, the very first thing I'm being pulled to is, ooh, this heart is open. I don't know what love feelings you are in right now, but it is very clear that heart is getting lots of attention. It reminds you of somebody who either has found recent love or really opened up something in themselves where they feel quite content, self-acknowledged, self-aware. It gives me this feeling, and with you being a Leo, I just have this feeling of you like purring because you feel like this sense of just, I don't know, a comfort. And it's not that I'm feeling anybody specifically that's triggering this. And so what it's showing me is that you're really feeling this internally, and it does feel like a need for intimacy. It does need, to me, it feels like more of a need for connection, and perhaps it's because other things in your life are getting into a more successful place that you feel like, okay, now it's time to really connect and feel people in different, more intimate capacities, lots and lots of intimacy. Other thing I keep picking up on, and what Spirit keeps showing me, is that you do not need to know where these emotions are necessarily coming from, but they are highlighting to communicate from that space. So that open heart, that sense of love, whether it's being triggered by another person or just internally, just inside yourself, this energy is to be communicated, even if you have no idea where it's coming from or why it's happening. And if you have yet to really feel this, then you're going to be feeling this here definitely in the next few weeks. And I mean, we are about to enter Leo season for sure. So it's going to be, that solar return for you. There's definitely going to be a lot of energy there. And I definitely advise to really go with it. This really feels like the time for you to be able to open up. And again, communicate from that space, talk to others, connect from that energy, because it's going to create this beautiful little cycle for yourself where it's fed back into you. And it really just creates a great reciprocal response. So I highly recommend, really following it when you feel it, because it seems to be coming up a lot right now. That heart is wide open, Jason, wide open.
It's interesting. He actually, that was beautiful, by the way, Brandon. But it's yes, I'm losing weight and liking what I see. Makes sense. Yeah, I love that. Hey, Jason, I have a question for you, because I keep getting shown work boots. And I don't know why. Does that make sense to you? Like, are you in construction, or is it something to do with like steel-toed shoes or like work boots of some sort? I feel like this has to do with a direction of some sort. Also with and he did confirm more responsibilities, and yes, he is a manager. Because I just kept feeling like there was an advancement, like there's an advancement here within. So, I mean, maybe it was the same job, but it just feels like there was an advancement with this move. It feels as though maybe the boots are like, are you like hiking more or something like that? I don't know what the boots have to do with, but I just kept seeing work boots for some reason, like men's work boots, right? But I'm also getting here, it has something to do with direction, something about the direction that you're going in. And I feel like you're getting a confirmation from Spirit. First of all, I feel like the move to Edmonton was some sort of guided event. Like it was something that needed to happen for you. I don't know where you came from or anything, but what it's showing here is that you needed to have this movement forward in order for this advancement that's about to be coming into your life. It almost feels like you were in a bit of a stalemate sort of place before. Maybe like you woke up, you did your normal routine, like life was good, like there's, nothing wrong. But now that you have made this move, this advancement into your life is going to be phenomenal. It just feels very similar to what Brandon had to say in regards to, meeting new people, getting out there. It's like you're finally or discovering who Jason is. And that weight loss that you had mentioned, that is just a part of it. Oh, my partner is going into warehouse work. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Because I kept seeing these work boots coming through and it was like, what the hell? Like, and he walks twice a day. Okay. So yeah, because I kept feeling like walking might have something to do with your activities or something, but things are about to change, not only for you, but for your partner. And I feel like the general message that I'm getting from all of these messages, let's shove this into one kind of general statement here, is I really feel that it's going to be important for you, Jason, and your partner to stay grounded within yourselves. Okay. Work as a team. I feel like work as a team. And I feel like you guys already have that routine going, like you already have that, going in there, but there is going to be a lot of advancements that are coming through your life at this moment and into the next, I feel like the next 6 months. I actually feel like I'm hearing October. So I don't know what's happening in October. I don't know if this is something special, like an anniversary, or if this is maybe, somebody's birthday, or maybe when you guys met, or anniversary. I don't know what it is, but something about October is coming through. And I feel like being grounded with each other is going to be very strong. Not only grounded with each other, but grounded within yourself, because what is going to be happening is going to be so positive, so amazing, but you don't want it to be that type of event or something that is going to leave you in a place of like, should we or shouldn't we, or is this too good to be true? Like when you're in that grounded state together, only beautiful things can happen. And that's what I keep feeling. So Jason, I truly hope that has helped.
What a beautiful position to be in right now.
It does. It just
it's so exciting. I feel the
power, like when I'm tapping into Jason's energy, it's so strong. It's so strong. And it's standing there like almost like smiling, and the sun behind him. And it's that type of energy is what I kept
really
feeling.
Is. It's very bright. It gives me that energy, when you see paintings or depictions with people with halos and stuff, it has that kind of vibe. Like it has that space to it. Now we just got to take that energy from heart and shift it up a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks Jason so much. And I hope that's helped. And,
thank you for the donation.
Truly appreciate your support, your patronage, everything else. So Jenny, I believe she gave a donation as well, and her, I think she was just a question, a general question. Is that right, Jenny?
General reading, please. Yes.
General reading. Okay. Jenny. I kind of feel like Marsha. Jenny.
I was thinking,
what are you doing, girl? Okay, just give me a second. I want to get the full thing. Oh, yeah, and you're so welcome, Jason. Big hugs to you too. Big virtual hug. Thank you. All right, Jenny, just give me there's something going on. Why do you feel angry? But you're not. But here's the weird thing. So it's like you're split in two. Like, I don't know how to explain this. A part of you has this anger. Like, I'm not going to say you're sitting there anger and punching in walls or anything silly like that. Not that type, but it's like an anger type of energy. But then the other part of you is like so ready to explore. Oh my God. maybe this is what it is. Are you feeling held back, Jenny, for some reason? Because it almost feels like you're ready to, you know, that energy of somebody. Can you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some kind of nonsense going on outside. I think they're spray cleaning something. I'm so sorry. Hang on. Let me see if I can close this window.
It's barely audible. It's barely audible.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. They're doing some kind of nonsense outside. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Jenny says, I've been really aggravated lately. Okay. It's almost like your energy is like this. Okay. You know, a sprinter or a racer. So they're at the race, they're at the start line. And you know, that feeling of like, you just want to get going, like start the gun already. Like, come on, come on, come on, come on. But it's bringing in this aggravated type of feeling, like this feeling of, you know, you just want to go, you just want to, you know, get this started already. It's like, go, like literally, I want to jump up and down in my seat, and like jump, go, 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 let's go, let's go. Like, this is how exactly I feel. I've been waiting for that application we spoke about. So I'm over. Oh, okay. I feel they're dragging their feet. Yeah. Let me look into that. I don't know what this is about, but I'm hearing something about 2 weeks. So I don't know if it's been 2 weeks since you put in the application. It might be 2 weeks before you hear something. You know, timelines are so like that, right? But so I'm kind of curious to know if, you know, if in 2 weeks that they do contact, because I just instantly, as soon as I saw your message, 2 weeks came through to me. 2 weeks. So I keep getting that, you know, and timelines can vary, can be a little, you know, a couple of days after, a couple of days before, something along that line. Hey, Bonnie, how you doing? So I want you to okay, so here's the thing, Jenny. This is what I'm getting. You are a powerful manifester, and we already know this about you and your beautiful, beautiful energy. I want you to manifest this. Like, I want you to literally to try to manifest this. Like, sit for 2 or 3 minutes a day. You don't need to sit in meditation for, you know, 8 hours or whatever. Like, literally just a couple minutes a day. I want you to envision. Oh, I was told it takes 2 weeks once it's approved. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, because I kept hearing 2 weeks. I feel like, but I do, it still may come in about 2 weeks. So still watch that for that timeline. Okay, it might come sooner, but that's what I just keep feeling about 2 weeks. I want you to sit in meditation and visualize getting that approval. Okay, getting that approval, because I feel like that is so important. Because what is happening with your energy at this current moment is because you're so, I gotta go. I want this to start. Is what I'm getting from this energy is that your that high intensity can be delaying it. Okay, good. Okay, I do this every night. Okay, that's good, because it's like, this is what it felt like you needed to do. Perfect. That's beautiful. I'm so glad to hear this. I'm looking into what else is coming through for you, just really quick. That it was that I just feel like, you know what, if you need to work out that aggression in some way, like, you know, kind of as like, you know, I felt Jason going for walks. I feel like with you, maybe, you know, if you can run, or if you can go for a walk, or, you know, maybe just, you know, occupying, it feels like there's more of a physical energy that needs to happen with you to work out some of these things. And, you know, whether this is a gym or a walk or a run, or I don't know, punch a pillow, whatever makes you feel better. But it almost is though, like your adrenaline is so high right now. Okay. And that's what I feel. And it could be because of that, you know, aggravation that you're feeling. And I feel like working out that aggravation through some sort of physical movement possibly will really make a difference. So that's what I got. And I'm going to throw it over to Brandon. And thank you, Bonnie. It's so good to see you. I actually used to work with Bonnie. So hello, sweetie.
Hi. Nilam, hi, love. Welcome, of course. You can be
Hello,
put on the
Sanella,
list.
and everybody else that has joined. So good to see you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us.
I am bouncing back and forth. So, everybody, I appreciate your patience here with me. So, Miss Jenny here. Right away, the first thing that I feel when I connect with your energy is this very clear sense of, it feels like this protective shell almost, but it's not anything that's creating negativity or blocking you out. In fact, what spirit keeps showing me is that you are creating like this little internal nest within the self. And what they're telling me is that you're finally starting to feel home in the self, or in it's not just the body, it's the spirit, it's the soul, it's the emotions. It's like things are starting to congeal together. And I think I apologize, Kathy. I'm so sorry. I didn't fully hear everything you had talked about because I was in the chat room here. But
it's okay.
it always, ends up connecting in some way whenever we read together. It always does. But it feels like you are just really becoming at home with oneself. Spirit keeps showing me all of this alignment. They're really paying a lot of attention to like the emotions and the emotional self right now. They really keep pulling me to that. And they're showing me that it's like you're creating this protection that's around you. This does not feel negative. Most of the time when you hear a lot of spiritual people, including myself, talk about, blocking off emotions, it's mostly because, they're creating walls. They're creating a sense of separation where they don't allow themselves to feel connected with others. But it feels quite opposite. It feels like you are generating discernment, Jenny, and discernment about who comes into your energy, who you're going to, allow to pull on you, or who you're going to allow yourself to invest in. The other thing that I really am being shown is this, it feels, I know that this person is in spirit, and this woman keeps coming to me, and it's like, I don't know if you have connected with her or felt her, or have seen her or any capacity, but her energy is very, very strong right now coming around you. She keeps showing me that she needs to be tapped into, that she needs to be communicated with, and she's really pulling me to tell you, to pull your attention to that realm and to be able to connect with her. I'm not sure if she has some specific message, because it feels more of like a prolonged interaction. You might be able to ask Kathy for help with this, because she's better with guides and things, but it does kind of give me the impression of like a guide, because I am seeing multiple moments of communication with you and this person, this soul or spirit, however you label it or call it, but they were once a person. They keep showing me that there's something about her passing that needs to be made aware of or talked about in some way. And I'm not really showing anything specific. This does feel more familial, because she is kind of being a little bit, unsure of me. She isn't sure how to,
She
tell
doesn't.
me what she wants to do or know, or however it is. And it just feels like a really personal relationship with you and this soul, this entity. So, I would take that for what it's worth. I know that you are in your own personal development right now, and I feel like this is likely why, because those in spirit are watching, seeing, and noticing this. Whenever that happens, it's almost like this lighthouse, this beacon, and souls and spirits just start, they're like drawn to it. They're like, oh my gosh, I see something. I got to go there. I got to be able to connect or communicate with, whatever this light is. And that's what I feel you're doing. And that's the beautiful part of this space that you're in, where you have this little, you're at home in that sense of self, that soul, the seat of the soul. If you've ever heard that expression, I'd really dig into that a little bit for your own personal self. When you're there, that is when spirit communicates and starts to connect with you, channeling messages, mediumship, all that kind of stuff. So this really feels like a good time to break through. It's up to you. Obviously, we get to decide if we want to engage in that part of ourselves or not. So don't
I
think.
actually know what her guide is talking about here.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to let Kathy then figure that out. But this is not anything of force. This is still personal decision. You do not have to be forced into doing this, but just know that where your energy is, and where things are aligning, that this is a good timing for you to be able to break into this.
I just want to say one thing first. Sanella, we did get your donation. Thank you so much. Can you just kind of give us some more like information in regards to it, or just, maybe like kind of like what exactly about the situation you want to know? Like, what is the question exactly that you have? Rather than just, kind of the general energy. So, Andrea, there is if you look at the scroll at the top of our live here, you can see where you can donate. So thank you so much for that as well. Truly appreciate it. Okay, really quickly, Jenny. So this is interesting. So this guide is coming through. She is definitely female. I'm not going to say she's new. She's always been there, but she stepped up. Is basically what she's talking about. She's stepping up, and the reason that she has stepped up is because there's an element of balance in here that needs to happen. I feel like there's basically she's coming through to teach something in regards to balance. Like balance, I feel like the energy of balance is going to help move you forward. So I feel almost like you already know what this could have to do with. Okay, it just feels like. I feel like to some degree, throughout your life, there has been extremes, but she's trying to bring in this sense of balance. And I literally am feeling like what you need to do is really, maybe at night when you are doing the connection with spirit, is maybe ask for her guidance and really listen. You know what? Here's the thing. When I say really listen, I already know that you do listen. It's not like I'm asking you to, go above and beyond anything that you have that capability. You're already getting those messages like this, like those messages are flowing through you. But she's saying, but sometimes she ignores me. So, this is important. Sometimes she ignores me is what she's saying to me. So really pay attention to that. Okay. But I do feel this has to do with a sense of balance. Okay. So I hope that has helped. Hey guys, if you want to donate, so there along the ticker is all how you can donate, where you can donate. Make sure that you've also let us know that you've donated. And, just post your question as well. And for the lottery, we will be doing those right after the donations, guys. So thank you so much. But do make sure that you let us know that you've donated, because sometimes it does take a little bit through either PayPal or, e-transfer. So, that's kind of it for now. So Sanella, if you could kind of give us some more information in regards, and you're so welcome, Jenny. Thank you so much. I'm sort of jumping all over the place. Blah. Here we go. Sorry. Hi, Sean. Welcome. Thank you for joining. It's truly appreciated. What was I saying?
What weren't you saying? My goodness.
Okay, so out of that whole 10 sentences that I created in my head just there,
the Aquarius who can spout off an
that is an Aquarius
recital, but then doesn't even know where she is.
Right?
You can list 1,800 facts about something and then be like, wait,
what day is it?
Who is this?
Or be like, or what day is it? What day is it? I don't know. What day are we on now?
I like the word spacey as an adjective for Aquariuses because of the energy it generates, because they can have such a broad, huge perspective, and then also not know where they even put their own, shoes or glasses or anything.
Exactly. And that is pretty much it. Okay, so
Jenny is right here. You're making sure that Sanella is giving you whatever you had needed. With her question,
if you are Sanella's up next, right? About the situation, though, Brandon, go ahead.
Sanella up next. She donated. right?
She did, yes.
Okay.
I just want to say also to Cho Ling, if you want, you can. I know it's through. I know you're through Facebook. If you want to post your question, we do need your name, your birth date, and your question. I will put it in so that Brandon can add you to the list. Okay, if you're unable to go on Facebook, I mean on YouTube. Sorry, blah blah.
Okay, perfect. So Sanella is Cancer. So that is what I was kind of waiting for. I have like several different messages here from Sanella. So I'm just going to read what was sent. Would love a message if you feel drawn to. Well, of course. And now you pulled our attention even stronger there. Have been through a few stressful years. I'm new here. We appreciate you being here, Sanella. I hope you stumbled upon this in a beautiful way. So she's wondering about residency. I'm currently going through a difficult immigration process, and I launched a skills assessment. Can you see anything about it? Watching from Australia. Well, welcome. So when you say it, are you talking about the skills assessment? Are you talking about the immigration process?
That's what I was confused with. Like that's what kind of confused me.
Or the residency. I'm going to assume that you're talking about the residency. And this feels like something at work. This feels like something more hospital or medical related in some way. So yeah,
that's what I felt kind of too. So
if that is what you're talking about, you could totally confirm there. And Cancer, mothering, nurturing, it's got to be something with medical. It has to be. Absolutely has to be. But then difficult immigration process. So it looks like you're kind of bouncing all over. It's all connected to residency if I have to choose. Both, it's all connected, but residency if I have to choose.
How come I'm not seeing these messages? Oh, wait a minute. I see now. Okay. Apparently I have to scroll down. All right.
Okay, let me just connect here with the energy of this residency, Sanella. I'm not in medical profession. So residency.
Okay. I'm having a hard time. I'm not.
All right, we just have to not go with the words and just go with the energy here. So let's see what's going on.
Okay. So you're wondering if you're going to get residency? I think that's where I'm kind of confused. Like, what is the actual question? I suppose is what I'm trying to figure out here. I do see that you have been through quite a lot recently. It feels like, okay, so this is what I'm getting. Your energy feels as though it's craving for something new, something of, it's almost like, I feel like almost like you're in this place of escape, not escape like, bad situation or anything like that, but escape like having to seek something new. And it just feels as though there may be an element here of something that you've been drawn to or a place that you've been drawn to, which could be, within that immigration. Okay. Where will I be? Like, you're asking what country? I'm so sorry. I'm really confused by this question. Like, where are you going to go? Or I haven't had this much trouble. I'm sorry for, like, I'm just confused about the question. Like, you want to know where you're going, or?
While that's being figured out, I really need to speak on this energy here that I'm picking up from Sanella. If I'll be invited and when, if you can see that. I'm sure Kathy's going to need to know invited.
Like, invited to where? Like
what is the place? Because once you say the place, Kathy's going to be able to really tap into if you're going to.
Yeah, because right now I'm looking at a whole global situation. So it's like, for me, I can't pinpoint something. I need to have a clarity of something.
I want to tell you this though, Sanella. Right away, I need to acknowledge this insane amount of growth that you have gone through. Spirit shows me this younger version of you. And it's as if she was forced to go through something of the recent past. And it was this huge crossroads. And she shows me the little girl that you used to be growing up. So that shows me that you have addressed some things in your past. That shows me that you have probably went through something somewhat of like a dark night of the soul, if you've ever heard of that expression before, where it was like you were in a cocoon and now you're starting to break out of that shell at this time. Spirit shows me an amazing amount of personal maturation that has happened. They are showing me that it did happen on a higher frequency or higher energetic level, which does mean that it was soul growth. So whatever you had just gone through, whatever situations, circumstances, especially if there were other people involved, other deep, close, personal, or intimate connections, that is a soul level growth. And that really, really needs to be acknowledged right now. Like, you absolutely need to pat yourself on the back, take a little bit of a breath for a moment because of what you had gone through, and really sit into this new, almost new person of who you are. This is huge, 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 huge. Spirit is also showing me that there are some... you are also, this is so interesting, you know, things always happen in themes, every single show that we do. You're also getting messages from the other side, they're showing me. I don't know if you're allowing them in, but I do feel like at the very least they're coming through in dreams. But you are getting communications here. They're also showing me that there is, it's as if there is this almost void or a wall or a block of some kind of communication that you're personally waiting for. So allowing yourself to really just sit back, like I had mentioned just a few moments ago, into this new space, this new phase of your life that you're in, that's when things are going to rush through. There really needs to be a sense of surrender right now, Sonella. And I know there's a lot of negative connotation with that word surrender, so I want to make sure I explain it a little bit. It is a surrender to God, to source, to spirit, to the universe. It is saying, hey, you know what? I don't have any control, but I fucking trust you. I trust you with my life. And I trust that you're going to guide everything that needs to be. It's that kind of surrender that I'm speaking of. That is the space that I really feel that you have to step into, because there is a really strong connection that's happening with you and the other side. I don't think that you fully quantified it yet, or maybe you have, but I'm being shown that this space needs to be made at this time, mostly because of that massive growth that you did just go through in the recent past here. So I would really put yourself in that space, because it feels like it's affecting a lot of the other situations or implications here in your life.
All right. So you didn't really answer me as to where you're going to be invited to, because again, you know, hey, we're good, but the world is big, so I don't know exactly where it is that you want to know where you're being invited to. So what I did is, while Brandon gave such beautiful reading, I think that's an amazing, introspection of her and what's going on. So what I did is I went into myself and I just, I said, okay, is she going to be invited to where it is that she is supposed to be? The astounding answer was yes. Immediately I got the yes. And it feels as though you already know that, this is going to be happening, but I don't get a particular place. I don't know where that place is, because I mean, the world is 9 billion people. I can't pinpoint as the location. Now, you had asked about a time frame. I keep hearing the word October coming through. Okay. So then I asked again, what does October have to do with this? Is this going to be a determination? Maybe this is something to do with the application itself. I feel like this may have to do with the actual application or the invitation. It almost feels like it may be a while before you hear, but I do feel that this longer process is actually, very normal. It feels as though Oh, she's in Australia, originally from Europe. So I applied for registry that's where I'm trying to get. Oh, perfect. Okay. Now maybe that's why I was like so confused. I was like, what the heck is going on? Where is she trying to go? Because it doesn't make any sense. So yes, this is going to happen. Again, it may take a while. Okay. It may take a little bit, maybe possibly until about October, because that's exactly what I keep hearing is over, October. But yes, you will be getting that residency. Now, here's the thing with time frames. It can, move a little bit quicker. All right. It can move a little bit slower. We have no control over, in the spirit realm, there's really no, timing particularly. But usually when I get a month or a date, it's fairly accurate. And sometimes I even get days. So, when I say that, when I say October, I feel like I'm pretty right on about that. Again, I just feel like there does need to be patience. I feel like you're where you're supposed to be. And that was the message that kept coming through. You're going to be where you're supposed to be. And I feel like you're already there. Okay. So I really hope that has helped.
I want to mention one thing here, Kathy, real quick. Sanella, when I ask about you getting this invitation, immediately what they show me is that as soon as it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, as soon as it doesn't seem possible, that's when it happens. So it makes complete sense why Spirit kept showing me that idea of surrender, trusting spirits, really developing that relationship with your own faith or, your higher beliefs. So really try to stay a little bit detached, from the result and approach it more like, if this is part of my path and purpose, then let it be. It's in your hands. Have that trust in spirit, source, God, universe, again, whatever it is you believe. And it's as if it just literally almost magically appears. And honestly, who doesn't want to live their life a little bit more magically, right? Like, come on.
Exactly.
I think it's a beautiful thing.
So Ebby, thank you so much for joining us. Ebby said that she subscribed and she's new and she shared the broadcast. Thank you for sharing. Please make sure that you give us your name, your birthday, and your question.
If you could pop over to YouTube, Ebby, that would be really helpful for me because I'm moderating and reading at the same time here. So I can't get onto the Facebook Live from my end. So if you could pop over to the YouTube channel, if you need, Kathy can post the link. But I would love to have your question, your first name and date of birth so I can put you on our list.
That would be great. And thank you again for joining. Hi, Chandra. Okay. And you're so welcome, Sanella. I hope it helped.
Very welcome.
That's all I kept feeling is that you are where you're supposed to be. It's probably why I really couldn't pinpoint anything. I was like, I don't understand what she's saying. It's like, okay. Andrea did donate. Okay. So, Andrea, what was your question? I've got
Andrea's question.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you so much.
Andrea is a Pisces and would like to know, what should I do when it comes to me and G? G is also Pisces.
What should I do when it comes to me and G? I think you already know, first of all. Eva, I know you're probably thinking I wouldn't be asking this question if I knew. I'm really hearing there is patience that needs to happen. So the interesting thing is what I keep getting with you guys is it feels as though, even though, here's the interesting thing. You guys are Geminis, both of you. And it feels as though
Pisces.
I thought she said Gemini.
Both Pisces.
Both are Pisces. Okay, well, that doesn't change anything. What I'm getting with this situation is it feels as though the vibration is on, it's almost as though it's on an opposite type of end at times, and then it comes together and then you connect. But it's like, you know how you have a positive and negative? It's like one will be positive, one will be negative, one will be negative, one will be positive. But now I'm getting here that you guys are starting to connect with that energy that is somehow drawing this situation together. All I keep really hearing is patience. There needs to be patience in regards to what is happening here. Has somebody pulled back from this situation? Like been a little bit quieter or been a little bit more distant, I suppose I want to say. If we could get some clarification on that, that would help. Because it feels like somebody is maybe possibly quieter. I'm getting here. It's been nothing of us on and off, but him now. I'm not sure. So it's been off and off with both of you. Both of us on and off. Yeah, both of you. That's what I kept feeling. It's like like a magnet. You know what I mean? Like if you have the positive end, the negative. You know how if you try to put two positive ends together, it kind of, you know what I mean? Like it just feels like when one is this way, one is this way. It just keeps going off and on. You guys are starting to though get into a place where this energy is going to be shorter between these time periods. Okay. I literally keep hearing patience. I just let me look into what the heck is going on here. It's like it is going into that back and forth thing. It's almost like, when you're patient, he's impatient. When he's impatient, you're patient. Like it's like around and around and around we go, right? It's like a circus wheel here going on. And it's cute, but it's not, right? Because it's annoying as hell. It's cute if you're 5, right? But why is this happening? You both want the same thing. So I'm going to straight up say this right off the bat. You both want the same thing. You both want it. You both want to be together. You both want this commitment, this relationship. You both want this, dedication. I keep hearing the word dedication, right? Like you both want this dedication, towards this relationship. It's so strong. You both want it. It's just being, for whatever reason, the energy is just being a little wonky right now, but it's things that that time period between this off and on periods are going to get shorter and shorter and shorter. And I feel like through this, I almost feel like what Spirit is saying here. So when your question is, what should I do? Recognize when the energy is off and adjust yourself to that energy. Okay. It's almost like, he's off. So ground yourself is what I keep getting, a lot of grounding, internal grounding, that he'll be off, or, whatever it is, or maybe you're off, or, I feel like the more grounding that you're doing, the off time will be less and less for you, which is going to help stabilize him and this relationship. Because again, you're both wanting that same thing. You both want to be in this relationship. You both you're both, I hear, loyal and dedicated. Like, what a beautiful, we don't get that often. It's not that people aren't loyal or aren't dedicated, but when I'm getting shown this by Spirit, that means something, right? So, it just feels like you're working towards that energy, that loyalty and dedication. But the more that you ground yourself, Andrea, the better this is going to be. When he's off, don't get into a place of panic or jitters or anything like that. Just kind of recognize the energy for what it is. Ground yourself for the time period that it's happening, and you will see that change. That change will start, becoming shorter. It won't be so dramatic feeling within you. So I hope that's helped. That's what I'm picking up.
Andrea, this is This reminds me of a connection where it's almost as if I can hear other people around you saying like, why aren't you married already? It has this
Right?
very clear vibe to it where you both just are in this little realm that you unconsciously really created. And there is just this emotional bond between the two of you that I don't feel will ever be broken. And that could be the difficulty, is when you're off again, you still feel each other. You still feel, any ebb and flow. And, if the other person's, not to mention being Pisces. I mean, Pisces is one of the most psychic signs in the zodiac. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, those are all water signs, of course. But
I just want to say
and
quickly,
of
bye,
course,
Cathryn. Sorry, bye, Cathryn. Thanks for joining us today. All right, sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So Pisces, not only are they, quite psychic, arguably, Cancer is very, very psychic, especially Cancer moon. But with Pisces, you feel everything. That is more clairsentient. It is more empathic, I think, than many of the other signs. And so you're going to feel those subtleties. It's like, okay, I'm going to throw a funny analogy at y'all. You're going to love this. Imagine Pisces as if Pisces is the inner knowing if somebody pees in the pool. All of a sudden you're standing there and it gets warm and you're like, what in the hell is that? Oh my gosh. And it's because Pisces feels everything around them. They get absorbed into that. So, next time you're picking up on whoever's a Pisces and you're picking up on somebody's emotions, be like, yo, don't pee in my pool. Too sensitive for this. So let me digress here and get back to the point. When I'm tapping into G specifically, I get the sensation of G feeling you as if you are home. You are home. Like you are their home. I don't know, male or female. It has a more masculine energy, but it feels like that is the thing that he really has solidified in the brain. Again, I'm sorry for gendering, but I just feel the energy more masculine. When I ask Spirit specifically what G wants, they are showing me that G really wants to create a higher energy, higher energetic sense of growth. So that does mean that there does want to be growth. G's personal wants and desires are for growth in a high frequency way, which means spiritually, which means at a soul level. So this is not anything superficial. Here's the catch. And I think this is what Kathy was just talking about or trying to tap into here was I'm being shown that G has this fear of success. And this mind frame is rooted in trauma. And I feel that whatever G had gone through in the past, which feels quite difficult, I don't know if it's borderline abusive or whatever it was, but that's none of my business. And it's irrelevant here. What matters is G needs to overcome this fear of actually having the sun, of actually having something that is wanted. That's huge. That really is such a huge thing that needs to be overcome. He has to be able to choose that warmth and that sense of success. I really hope that can be chosen upon. And I do feel like it is going to happen in light of you, because when I ask Spirit, what you need to be doing now, Andrea, they keep showing me that it's important for G to remember the intentions that were had when you both got together. And it seems like, I don't know if when you first became connected or got together, that there was just an idea or a plan or something really serious. Like I feel this really serious conversation. It was so deep, so quickly. And there was something that was talked about. And it seems that initial vision has been put to the back burner. It was because of G's, that fear or that feeling of like, oh, I can't be too happy because something bad is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And it's that feeling that keeps holding everything back, quite honestly. It is creating that off and on again because it's not a full acceptance of the self. yes, seems like he can't take in happiness. And it's because, there is a fear there. There's a fear that has to be worked with, that once I have something I want, it's going to be taken away. Well, let's just face reality. Nothing here lasts, not on Earth at least. Everything dies away and, disappears, degrades, evolves, devolves, disintegrates into the earth. That's why I love a lot of the Native American tradition and their perspective on life. But the point being, this is an important lesson that he needs to overcome. And I do feel that because of the very clear bonds and the connection I feel between the two of you, I do feel that you're part in this journey of helping him to realize, acceptance is key. If you don't accept, you're resisting, and what you resist persists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you push away, it's just going to keep pushing back on you. When you accept it, it just flows, and then you get to move forward. And it's that state of acceptance that he really, really has to get into. So I really do feel that you can personally be this message for him. But like Kathy said, and this is incredibly important, you have to be that grounded energy right now, because he is in this sort of limbo, and the difficulty and why you've been on and off is because you brought yourself to his level, and then you got thrown into limbo, and you're like, oh shit, I just lost my grounding, son of a, and now you're both in this like space of wandering and in limbo, back and forth, not sure which way to go. So you do got to stay grounded. Staying grounded is really important, because you're reminding him of the place that he needs to sit. And you really need to go back to that place of where I was talking about, where you initially had your connection and what was brought up there. That needs to come back up again too.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Love you.
I'm trying to scroll and I'm clicking on stuff. We did get a donation from Eliza. I'm not sure who you are.
That could be Neelam. That could be Kay. That could
No,
be...
we got Kay. We got Kaylin. I think.
Lana.
Oh, I see who she is. Okay. Hey, Abby. So what we do is we do the donations first, and then as soon as we're done with those, we do the lottery. So we will get to your reading as soon as soon as possible. Okay. Just wanted to let you know that. And Kay and Neelam. Yes, Kay. Please post your question. And Andrea, you're so welcome. I hope that's helped. And yeah, like I said, you already knew a lot of this. Like it just felt like you already knew, all right. And thank you so much again. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, if you have subscribed to the channel and you're in the chat and you're waiting for a reading, we promise we're going to try to get to you as soon as we can. Please don't unsubscribe though, because next week, like we're here every week. And so, this isn't a one-time thing. We're always here, and we always try to get to those that, especially that we haven't done a reading for, as much as possible. But, the lottery, we do try to go through it. So please have patience with us. And, thank you so much.
All right, so
again, please don't unsubscribe, because it really does screw up the algorithm. But we do appreciate your subscription and the fact that we are going to get to you. We will get to you either this week, next week, as soon as we possibly can. So, Kay's question is, One sec.
We got like multiple donations coming in. I want to make sure that everybody's acknowledged here. So we've got Kay. Kay's up next, and we also have
Neelam.
Lana. Is that Lana?
You got her too, yeah. We do need your question though. It's Luna.
We got Neelam as well. And then we have Ebby over on Facebook. I don't know if Ebby has joined us over here.
Ebby is on Facebook, but I don't believe she donated. Unless she can.
I think Ebby said something earlier about donating, but I don't remember. I just want to make sure everybody's donations are here and accounted for. So that way we can get to your question. Oh, subscribed and new. Well, we appreciate the newness.
Thank you. And she shared it too, which we really appreciate as well.
And then,
so thank you, Abby.
Neelam, I think I have your question, love. I do have your question. And Lana, if you could post your first name, your zodiac sign, and your question in the chat, I will put you right up after Neelam here.
So Kay's question is, she said, I had a psychic reading warning of I had a psychic reading warning of me of a situation regarding of a blowout happening with a third party situation with her in it. Can you clarify the situation spirit was warning me of? Nervous. Okay. This is what the first thing, as soon as I was reading your question that came through, I feel that the only way that this situation is going to come to light is by your worry, your panic. And if you were to create some sort of blowout, what I'm getting here, I feel like, does this have to do with your interest that we've talked about before? You just need to confirm that.
I feel that too.
Yeah. And what I'm getting here is that that is nothing to be concerned about. Okay. I'm really getting that for some reason I'm feeling an ending happening with this this third party or somebody that's, I don't know if particularly if they were in a relationship or I do feel an interference with this person in regards to the situation with your interest. Okay. I hope I'm making sense. I think you're following here.
She has to follow. She knows. She knows that you know that she knows.
Right. Yeah. So, but I feel like, Kay, is that the only way that this blowout in particular, I almost feel, see, this is what we were talking about at one point in the show, I think at the beginning of the show, where sometimes the advisors, they see these things happening, but they're not giving like the advice behind it. They're not giving, the other side of what can happen and all of that stuff. It's sort of like they drop it and then go. And, and what I'm getting here is that, okay, first of all, you're going to have to understand that something within this situation with this third party is coming to an end, or there's an ending happening that is going to happen naturally. Now, I don't know if they've entered a situation already or if they're basically saying, like, I don't know if your interest is already with this person or if they're about to meet this person or if they're in, whatever this is. I don't know that because I just feel the party's in like energy. Okay. She's cutting it off. Okay. But again, that's going to be your choice to do. But what I'm getting here is that the only way that this situation is going to have a blowout is if you don't stay grounded within the situation and just sort of being calm and let the things happen naturally that they need to happen. Because I do feel that there is an ending, not off of your end, but off of their end, that the two of them, there's some sort of situation that's coming to an end within them. And I feel like the more that you just sort of sit back, chill out, let it freaking happen, you're going to be golden within the situation with this interest. Okay. Like that changes, but I feel like that duality of them and the other person, it's something that needs to go through in order to secure or create or bond this situation with you and them. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you got to do what you need and what's best for you, okay, obviously. Yeah. But I would not make a decision off of the psychic reading warning. I'll tell you that right now. Just as Kathy said, this is paramount. This is huge. Sitting back and just chill. Cool as a cucumber. You have not done anything, wrong. I don't feel. I don't feel like you have went out and hurt somebody, done anything out of spite, anger, negativity, nothing like that. You're just following your own feelings. You're following your own responses and whatever else anybody else has given to you. You're minding your own business other than that. So being chill, being cool, really feels like the approach right now. Just like Kathy said, do not allow yourself to create worry. Unfortunately, what that psychic reading did is it did generate that space and that energy within you. And like Kathy said, it absolutely could manifest a little bit of a sticky situation for yourself. So I'm actually being shown that this energy is being very well held back by you. And it feels like you are quite secure had it not been for that reading, honestly. Yeah. And in fact, when I asked Spirit about you and the energy between this person specifically, they're showing me that there is a big key to rooting that's coming up. So rooting, grounding, connecting.
The grounding, yeah.
Getting, a little bit deeper roots. So again, do what you need to do. Do what's best for you. Absolutely, we will always support that and stand behind you. As long as it's not hurting anybody else. I think Kathy and I can easily take that hill, but it seems clear we're telling you to just chill right now, because that connection doesn't seem to be doesn't seem to be on the outs.
I mean, I don't know what the reader told you besides, that situation. This is what my guides are telling me, that only you can create that blowout. Like it's only going to come from you, and it's going to be coming from some sort of overreaction, overthinking, not being grounded, all of that, so it doesn't feel like I said, like we both said, sit back, chill, let it happen. Like whatever needs to happen here, don't freak out, because there's an ending within something to do with these two people. But it has to be a natural progress, because anything that changes that natural progress can reoccur. Okay. And so you don't want to end up in a cycle with this interest because of, a reoccurring situation. When the ending comes, it's going to be ending. So that's if we were to go after her, but I know now she has a boyfriend, so I stepped way back. You know what? That's okay too. Just again, just sort of allow this energy to to play out the way it's supposed to play out. What's funny is that I literally did not feel that the other person for some reason was male, which is interesting, because for me, what that shows me is that her interest towards this male, I don't know how to explain. It's like, for me, it's showing like she already knew that she was interested in women. Okay, like that's the energy that's going there. I feel like there may be some of her energy that's, I maybe society or, family or whatever it is that, makes her feel like she has to be in that particular relationship or whatever it is. But again, I just feel, I keep hearing play it out. Let
it do its thing.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. You're not forcing, pushing, manipulating. You're not doing anything. You're just sitting cool as a cucumber.
And
when they're ready, you can come to me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's true. You were the key to her sexuality. And I just feel like it was already there. It was under the surface, but, but again, you don't want to have to push, right? You don't want the push, because the push can result in blowback. So just let it be, because you'll see that difference. Thank you so much, Kate. We're so glad that we could read for you. I believe that
Neelam is up next.
Yeah. Choling, it's you know what, honestly, it's probably going to be at least another 15 minutes before we get to, to the lottery, and we have no guarantees on whether or not we'll be able to do the lot. Like we'll get to everybody in the lottery today. So, I mean, if you want, being here next week, it's going to be completely up to you. But if you want to be here for the lottery next week, that would be amazing. Like we are here every Wednesday, so.
Also, if you do want a personal reading, head on over to thedreamteacher.com if you want to book an appointment with me. That way you can put it in your own time that you want to be able to do and dedicate that time for yourself and for a session between me. And Kathy also has availability as well.
You've got at oracleintuitions.com or oracleintuitions1111.com or through my Facebook, where you are right now, at Oracle Intuitions, or Instagram. So,
hey, look at that. 420 subscribers.
You, yeah, nice. That's hilarious.
You did say something about that.
We did, right? Yeah.
Because I sent you a GIF of somebody smoking.
You did in the memes today. That
I
was hilarious.
did.
I believe Alana. No, is it not?
Neelam is up next.
Neelam is up next. Yes.
All right, so I've got Neelam's question here.
Mm-hmm.
Neelam saying Scorpio general reading for spiritual journey.
Oh, okay, Neelam. I'm gonna get you to because you're in the chat. That's awesome. So you can answer. You know what I mean. So I'll kind of wait for your answer a little bit. You're heading into the darker part of that spirituality now. That's the first thing I felt. It's not bad. Okay, it's not bad. It's not negative. But I feel like there's a lot of, let's use the quote words, shadow work that's happening at this moment, or you just came out of it. Is that correct? Because it feels there's a little bit of a darker, again, not bad, not negative. It's just more of the deeper energy right now. It might be just that it's deeper, not so much particularly that it's darker, but as we always dig into our inner souls, our inner selves, there's always a little bit of that darkness that kind of, comes out, or that little bit of deeper energy. I feel as though this energy that you're about to go through, or that you're experiencing, or you just went through, whatever it is, this is it's like the catalyst to the next step. The catalyst to the next step. Yeah, she's working on shadow since February. Okay. Because this shadow that's coming through here, you know what? You're pretty good. You're pretty good. Like, you've worked a lot on it, is what I'm getting. You know what ombre looks like? You know where it goes from light to dark? I'm literally being shown like a sliding scale. It's kind of like you went through the dark and now you're sliding up into the lighter area, right? So you're starting to come out of this energy. It literally looks like that ombre type of a scale. And I'd say that you're like midsection, about to emerge, kind of like a flower. Like if you were to plant the seed and that flower is just starting to come up, it's like you're just poking through the ground at this point, not quite at the blossom. But the only reason that you're not quite at the blossom is because there is still just a little bit to clear. But what I'm hearing is that now it's time. If you have not already, Neelam, this is going to be really important. I feel like you have connected to some degree with your guides, but I'm hearing, so what I'm being shown is you are here, and there's you're like in the middle of a circle, and around you, your guides are, okay, there we go. Flashback, sunrise. That's because that's that ending of those inner things, right? And those are just like, it's like the ending of, so you're about to emerge. As soon as these start, releasing, allow yourself to go with this energy. Holding back isn't going to help. Okay. Like if you feel like crying, go cry. Oh, maybe, not in the middle of like the store or something, but as soon as you can. But allow those feelings to emerge, allow them to, express how they need to express. But I'm also getting shown that you are here and there's a circle of guides that are around you. And it feels as though each one is trying to, they all have their hands out. Okay. You know, in a musical where everybody's in a circle and like one kicks their leg up and the other kicks their leg up and it goes in a circle and in perfect synchronicity, they're holding their hands out to you. So one holds their hand and you take the hand, the next one holds the hand. So it's almost like you're moving in this circle with them, holding their hands out, and they're helping you through this time. And I feel as though they're really trying to work with you at this point. They're really trying to, again, release these energies. And I'm getting, it's almost as though you're going to have a multiple gifts. Okay, some are going to be stronger, some are going to be weaker, of course, as with everybody. But I'm claircognizance. Does that make any sense? What is that? What is that? Is that seeing the future? What is claircognizance? Because that's what I hear.
Claircognizance.
Cognizance. Yeah.
That's a thing. That's internal knowing, inner knowing. That's
Okay.
not knowing
That's
why
what
you
I
know.
keep hearing the most coming through right now is like that. I just can't pronounce it, but that's exactly what I heard. Yeah.
You know,
Knowing. Okay, there she goes. Go ahead, Brandon.
this is really, really interesting because I'm 100% like tapped into exactly what you're tapping into here. I feel this energy of really riding in and wanted to take this on, and I'm ready for my spiritual growth, and I'm doing my thing, and all those emotions that really come out. What needs to be known is that a lot of these random emotions that come out, that sadness, that anger, all those little flashbacks, these are all the last attempts to try to keep your energy at a lower vibration. And so when Kathy was talking about that shadow, I saw it instantly. I saw this like shadow. It's like it's coming closer and closer and closer. And it does feel like there is going to be that one final moment where you do disconnect from something that does feel quite deeply rooted in the soul, in the emotional self. I don't even know if it's from this lifetime, but Spirit is showing me that something in this lifetime has happened that has triggered this soul fear. As soon as I connected with you, Neelam, oof, my crown is tingling like crazy. So you are absolutely open. And so it's this openness that you're going to need to be able to quote unquote combat, but it's not really combating. It's not a fight. It is a transmutation of this shadow that is happening. It's going to get to the point where it pushes you to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's exactly at that point where you're going to say, nope, you know what? I got this. And as soon as you do, that is when those roots sit. That is when you easily could just pop on up here and give readings on this show, I'm sure, because of the state that you will be in. So you're really at an important precipice right now. And I suspect over the next month, 2 months, that you're really going to see the last of those shadows trying to make their way towards you. And it's important to, be able to transmute. That really is going to be a keyword: transform, transmute, or transcend. I'd really be curious to see your North Node, or where Pluto is in your astrology chart, your natal chart, just to see where this power can come across within you and the best ways that you can utilize it. But on your own, you can explore that if you want to figure that out. Just look up your natal chart, look up where Pluto is, and the house that it corresponds to is the way that you can work with Pluto. But it's anchoring all of this in that's really going to solidify this. So once you're there, you are golden. You're in such a great place, Neelam. It reminds me of, when we go through a goal, we go through something and we're like pushing. I don't think I can do anymore. And I think I'm just going to give up. And when you give up, you just kind of fall backwards. But when you actually do that one extra thing or that extra step or that extra moment is when it solidifies in there. And you're right there at that precipice. So great timing, good space to be in, especially during the transition from Cancer to Leo season. The Lion's Gate is coming on August 8th, which is such a powerful time energetically for all of us, especially us empaths and people who are sensitively aware. So really good timing to be ushering all of this in, because you're stepping into a really beautiful part of yourself that has always existed, but it's finally being given permission to be more physical.
Beautiful energy. Beautiful. Yeah. I hope that's helped, Neelam. I truly do. All
right, we got Lana up next.
Yeah. So her name's Eliza, Gemini. My question is, what are my spirit guides trying to tell me? Is there any messages for me? Okay. Give me a second. It's interesting. I keep, even though you say Gemini sun, I'm literally seeing the sun behind you or around you or in front of you. It almost feels like it's beating it down on you for some reason. I don't know if this has to do with a location or, the sun in traditional tarot, and I don't know if you've watched the show before. I believe you've been here. I have talked about how sometimes I receive particular messages coming through like as a symbol in a tarot, okay, because that gives me the guidance if they can't explain it properly. What I am hearing is I feel like there's I keep hearing the sun's rising. Okay, literally, like that is the message that I hear. First of all, it feels as though there's some sort of situation or a worry or a nervousness. I feel a lot of I literally am seeing the word anxious. Like, what are you anxious about? I'm not sure what you're anxious about or nervous about. Something, you know, within some sort of situation. And I keep getting maybe a situation just cleared up. I still feel like you're in that anxious type of energy, though. I keep hearing that expression, the sun is rising, the sun is rising, like you're rising up. Are you, here's a weird question. Are you trying to build something? Like this might be, maybe you're on YouTube, or maybe, you know, you have your own business. I don't know. It's like rising up, like whatever it is that you're anxious about. Like I almost feel like you're a star. I want to say like you're about to be a star. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like you're about to be more popular, well known, or maybe there's something in regards to your energy that is shining. Okay. But what I keep hearing is like you're rising up, you're rising above something that was bringing you this anxiety. You're bringing you like, it's like a jittery energy, nervous, anxiety. And I don't know if there's really any need or whatever to be in that energy. It feels like this is something that you can, you know, you can let go of. But oh, and they're also showing me steps. So the steps, I'm feeling anxious, but I feel like doors are opening for me if I end something. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you. Okay, because what I kept feeling and what I literally got shown is steps. Something about steps. It's like you're taking these steps towards something. So this definitely may have, like if you end something, that's when those steps appear. It's like you know, like you open the door and those steps are going to rise or advance you in some way. Does that make sense? Go ahead, Brandon.
It does to me. Yeah. It's just so interesting, Eliza. I keep being shown specifically that you have made some kind of an investment. And they're showing me this investment has actually separated you from your source, from your channels, perhaps even your own intuition. And they're showing me that they just keep specifically showing me that your heart is being eaten away at right now. So it feels like you had to make a really tough decision, and it's something that maybe perhaps you did not want to do, or you thought you should do, or maybe somebody else's words said that you should do this, and it's not turning out to be fulfilling the heart, fulfilling the soul. And they're showing me that it's kind of eating away at it, quite honestly. And they keep showing me that it's as if you're blocked from your own channels at this time. So their spirit is giving you all sorts of messages, but it's almost like you're unable to listen because of whatever this new quote unquote investment is. And so as soon as you said end something, it was like ding, 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 ding. Kathy, my buzzers are going off here like, hello, this is important. This is huge. Feeling this way, but one morning it just hit me and it's gotten me depressed, but I'm getting myself out of it. Good. Get yourself out of that gutter. You really need to invest your energy into some really, really solid things for yourself and things that actually make you feel good. You know, that moment when you're in life, whatever situation it is, however it triggers you. For me, it's when people come together and I see people come together and like help somebody else. I get this overwhelming, like I can't help but tear up. My heart hurts. It feels like it's being stabbed by a knife or being ripped open. I'm like, oh my God, that is the sweetest thing in the world. It is that energy that you have to get into. Where that space leads you is where you need to follow right now. This is huge because you have to listen back to the heart. Your heart is being drained right now. And then in turn, it's kind of killing the soul, and it's allowing or forcing really the sense of disconnection from your own channels and sources of information, because you used to be quite connected, like very, very connected. and it's kind of limited away at this time. So it's really important to go back into that heart space and what really does fuel you, what gives you that passion, what gives you that love, and honestly, what gives you the gratitude to just be alive. That is huge. Please do not sell your soul, Eliza. Please don't sell your soul.
It's trying to bring you back, kind of what Brandon was saying, like you said, don't sell your soul. It feels as though there is that fear of moving forward, obviously, but I'm also getting, I just want to read what you said. I don't know how to get myself out of there. I need some of the reassurance that you're doing the right thing. Well, I think that when I saw that sun, that was the reassurance right there, because when that sun comes through, it really talks about, again, rising above a situation. It really talks about things. It's like it's the happiest card in the tarot deck, so when I get that, it's basically saying by making this move, you have all the reassurance. And because I felt that sun behind you, it feels as though it's almost pushing you, helping you along. Then what I was shown was that door opening but I kept seeing steps, like stairs. So yes, it may be a harder thing to get yourself up the stairs, but here's the thing, is that once you take that first step, you're going to have those reassurances already within you. That first step is almost as though you're dropping things off of your back, like that weight is going off of your back as you're going up the steps. Okay, as you're taking that first step towards what it is. So yeah, go ahead.
This is huge. This is so big. I want to address this to you, Eliza, but everybody listening, this statement, I just don't know how to get myself out of there. I can't tell you how many times me and many other advisors have heard this statement.
Yeah.
What is incredibly important is that it's the how that has to be developed. It is part of building who you are, your path, your purpose, your character. It builds everything, the how, the motivation. I don't know how to get myself out of there. It doesn't matter how, to be entirely honest. It only matters specifically to you. So we tend to get this question a lot. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And we can always give our suggestions. We can see this energy, and we can see how to get you from point A to point B. But oftentimes, Kathy will be the first one to second this. People don't listen. They don't like to listen. They don't like to listen to your advice. They just, they want to hear what's going on with the other person, and then they disappear. They don't want to hear all the other stuff. It's incredibly important to realize the how is part of your purpose in this lifetime. How I do my laundry is going to be different than how you do your laundry, but is my laundry cleaner than yours? We don't really know that. Does it even matter? No. But for me, it's a process that it brings me not only joy because I love the smell of clean laundry, but it's efficient, for me, and it works for me. How you do it's going to be different for you. In the same way of getting yourself out of a situation. It's like telling an artist, oh, well, you can only, in order to get this painting, you can only paint with these paints and then this exact brushstroke. And if you don't, then you're not an artist. That's not true. It's the how that's incredibly important, that is part of the purpose, is part of the discovery. You get to figure that out because it's unique to specifically you. So, and the reassurance, everybody needs reassurance. We all do. So we are here to pat you on the back, Eliza. We are here to give you that extra boost that you do need. But trust me, you completely got this. The one thing that I was really connecting with, and that I just want to resonate again, was please don't sell your soul. That really, for whatever reason, keeps repeating in the brain here. Sorry, I just wanted to clear that up because many people ask this of us.
Mm-hmm. Good message. I think people do need to hear that. We have a question from Lovety. Lovety did donate, and she is asking about the situation with her and R. I have to just find it because now I lost it. Love progress, read for me and R. She's an Aries and he is a Capricorn. So there's no communication at the moment. Okay. And you're so welcome, Eliza. I truly hope that the reading has helped. Just honestly keep moving forward. That's all I can say to you is just move forward. Do what you need to do. As soon as you make that first move, whatever it is, You're going to feel the relief and the weight.
Follow those heart pulls, not the brain.
Yeah.
Follow the heart pulls. That's your indicator. That should be your map, your compass, your guide. When you feel that pull, that's your decision right there.
Okay, so love tea. Sorry.
Love tea.
I have to. It's I know that there's no communication, but for some reason, when I look into the energy of you and R, I'm really seeing him standing next to you. Like it's showing me there's not a separation of souls. It's basically like, you know, one soul here and one soul really trying to connect to it. Did you block him? Did we talk about that? Was that you have to unblock? If you unblocked, because this is going to be freaking important, because it feels as though this energy is like right here. I feel like you need to unblock whatever it is, like, you know, take off the blocks in regard. If you want this relationship, let me clarify that. If you don't want the relationship, keep them blocked and forget about it. You know, but I keep feeling, because it's literally you're here and here he's here. I am feeling this connection of souls. Like I'm being shown that there's no separation between the connection of souls, except possibly it feels like them trying to connect, trying to communicate, trying to come into the energy. It doesn't mean it may happen as soon as you unblock, but I feel like it's because maybe you did already unblock, you know, maybe that's where you are. But it just feels like the courage is trying to be built up within this person. Like when I'm being shown the energy, you are here, he's here, but he's coming closer. It's not you having to move. It's not you having to do anything. It's not you having to, you know, do a dance or get attention or anything like that. He is automatically being drawn towards your energy. So I feel like this relationship can advance, but the unblocking or the removal of, maybe this is personal blocks in some way, needs to be done. Okay. And I just feel like there's something, it's almost as though there's some sort of grudge. I don't know if I like to use the word grudge, because that kind of sounds like the onus is on you. And
I have a good way to describe that.
What's that?
I have a good way to describe that.
Yeah.
Because I'm picking up on that exact energy, and I hear it as this isn't funny anymore. Yeah. That's exactly as I hear it. It's like, okay, we get it. This isn't funny anymore. Okay. This was entertaining as whatever it was, but now it's, you know, now it's starting to get a little too
down
far.
To the nitty gritty, and let's do this. Let's get into this relationship. Let's, like, you know, what's that expression? You know, piss or get off the pot, kind of. Yeah. You know, and like this is what's kind of going on. But I wanted to unblock, but I felt no, honey. The only ego that's happening here is you. You got to remove that. You know, like
there is a genuineness. There is a genuine.
It's not about your ego. I'm not saying you're egotistical. Okay, I don't want that to come through.
No, ego is about self-preservation as well. Right. That's huge.
Right, but if you want this relationship, just unblock and then sit back. Just because you've unblocked him doesn't mean that you're giving him. He's not winning anything. He's not winning the teddy bear. Exactly. He still has to make the moves. Okay. He's the one that still has to come forward. He's the one that now has to do the dance and get your attention. Okay. But he can't do that if there's a big freaking wall, because even if he was, you know, doing the hustle on the other side of the wall, you're not going to see that hustle. So you don't know what's going on. You have to unblock in order. Like if you want this man in your life, if you want a relationship, you have to allow this drop of that energy. Okay. He's not winning anything. You're not giving him anything. There's none of that is going on here. It literally is. That's the only way he can come forward. And I feel like that, like I said, it's like he's right here. And again, it might be the fact that, you know, it might still take him a little bit to make that advancement forward. but at least that wall is gone, because all he's going to do is bang into the wall, and that's not getting you anywhere. Right. So you have to remove the block first.
Absolutely. And there is a genuineness coming from him, Love T. There is a genuine feeling when I connect with his feelings towards you. I do feel this emotional openness. I do feel this like sensitive, sweet, I want to give you flowers and I want to, do the right things. Now, you need to understand with that Capricorn energy, that there is a certain I win mentality, and it's based on achievement, because that is Capricorn's purpose in this lifetime, is to create achievement. That's why they are the business people of the zodiac, because they're here to, make these establishments and make them work over time. And so there is that sense of worth defined in the, yes, I'm able to do this. I got this, I did this. But it's not as much of a pride for Capricorn as much as it is a measuring milestone, almost, of like, I got here and then I got to this success and then I got to this success. So he's not trying to win one over on you. And I know that it feels that way because, Aries and Capricorn, I mean, a ram and a goat butting heads, my gosh, that's absolutely going to happen. And I do see that tense energy coming up, when you do have that reconnection. It's like all these feelings that have been built up over time, they're going to need to spill and boil out. But the two of you honestly just have to really vent and get everything out there. And once it is, that's when the two of you are, I think, going to be able to congeal and really be on that same table, that same place. You just got to vent with each other. And honestly, one of the best ways for this type of energy that I have seen from the many, many, many people that I've read for, that energy is best used in sex, quite honestly. Energy is best used in sex and intimacy, when you can, really feel that passion and that heat and just, feel each other in such a visceral, lively way. It really goes best there. And I think you could totally transform the connection as to where it has been into that kind of space and capacity, because yes, Love T, I do feel that he is genuine. I really feel genuine emotion coming from him in light of you and in response to you. So there will be a little bit of
friction. You're definitely the one with the grudge. I wanted to say, that was that wall that I kept feeling, like the wall, the grudge. Like it was like this energy of hanging on to something, but it's preventing this from coming through, right?
Right. And you don't have to forgive if forgiveness is really more for you than it is for the other person. Because, it just shows what you're hanging on to. When we don't forgive somebody, that means we're hanging on to the emotion that they gave to us, which isn't even ours, right? Exactly. They just triggered it in us and now we're hanging on to it. There's a beautiful proverb about, anger being like poison, and the longer you hang on to it, the more it kills you, or something like that. I'm bastardizing it horribly right now, but that's pretty much the point. Forgiveness is about us. And I don't think you really have to, Love T, hang on to whatever he has done. And I know you've talked about it with us. I just can't personally remember at this moment, but he should be held to his actions that he has taken in the past. And those can only be forgiven with changed behavior, especially I think in your situation where, action does speak volumes for you. So you don't have to, fully forgive or anything like that. But allowing those steps is important, because it's clear you're still thinking about him. It's clear you, like you said, you do want him. You do want to be in connection with him. And it's important to honor that part of yourself as well. Just because a part of you is pissed and, disconnected and like, I'm never forgiving you, blah, blah. There's a whole other part of you that's like, but I do want him and I do want to. And so honoring that part of yourself is just as important. Don't neglect her either.
So guys, we're gonna just take a really quick break. It'll be like a 3-minute break. We're gonna play some music here that you guys get to watch. It's nothing exciting. It's not like it's not the hot dog across the screen at the drive-in movie type of thing or anything like that. But we're just gonna take a quick right, like with a soda can. But we're just gonna take a really quick break. When we come back, we will do. What are we doing here, Brandon? 1, 2, maybe. Possibly.
We could do we're going to do some lottery questions here. So just hang tight, everybody.
I think we'll try at least 2, and we'll see what happens from there. But we do need, the potty and stuff like that. So please, allow these 3 minutes for us. Stay tuned.
Get your tea, get your crumpets.
Yeah. Let us know in the comment section. So this is how the lottery is going to work right now. Okay. We're change, like a little bit of change here. If you want to be in the lottery, you have to be here. So if you've disappeared, we're going to take your name off the list. Put your name, put your birth sign, put your question.
Well,
and
I've got all
the
that.
birth sign and question of anybody else that you have there.
I've got all that. So just at the very least, just say you're still here. I've got Chandra.
Okay.
I've got Minnie.
Or
I've
if
got
you haven't put a
Kathy.
question in, then maybe add the question there. So
Exactly. So I've got Chandra, I've got Minnie, I've got Shafi, I've got Cathryn. I'm not sure she's still here anymore. I've got Sean, and I've got Ebony. So if you are still here, please give us that thumbs up, or say you're here, or like Kathy said, if you haven't, put your question in that chat with all your information. Yeah, and I would appreciate that.
And we're just going to be 3 minutes, and we will be back. Make sure you guys put your question in with the comment, okay? So that way we, if you're chosen or whatever, at least we have that question right there, and we can just get right into it. So we will be right back. Stay tuned.
Let's all go to the movie.
Oh, wait a minute. I did not do it. I
One.
screwed up. Okay, hang on. I messed that up. Hang on a second. Let's try this again. Hey, we are back. All right. Hey. All right. So who is here? So we have Mini-Me, Chandra, Shafi, Tammy, Billy, Tammy, and Sean. All right. Perfect. So let's I think Brandon is giving you guys numbers.
I sure am. So we have some updated lists here between all of the donations from those that moved from the lottery list to the donations. So the numbers are a little bit skipping around, but that is nothing to worry about because I've got you all here. I'm going to put in the chat the updated lottery list. If Kathy, you could pin that up on the screen so that they can see it in Facebook as well. That would be perfect. And like I said, I think we're missing a few people. We've got Chandra, Minnie, Shafi, Cathryn, Sean, Ebby, and Tammy. All right. So how we're going to do this is we're going to use a random number generator.
I don't know if Ebby is still here. Is she?
Ebby might not still be here.
I don't have her in the thing, so I don't see her in the chat right now.
Okay. All right, so like I said, we're going to use the random number generator. And, if we call you and you do not respond, we're going to have to move on to the next one because people have been waiting patiently and they want a reading. And there are other people here that do want one. So make sure you do respond. If we do call out your number, make sure your feed is up to live, meaning, it's all the way up and to recent, should say 00 at the time, I believe, on your little YouTube video. So if you're here, please let us know when we call your number. Anything else that they need to know, Kathy?
Okay. Well, we can't do health, guys. Just sorry, because we're not doctors, unfortunately. So, Tammy, if you have another question, we don't do third-party situations. Okay, like looking into other people's energy. We can look into the energy between you and them. We don't do legal questions. Okay. So I think that's pretty basic. So yeah.
And if they do want to book a full reading with you, where can they do that? They
can contact me through oracleintuitions.com or through my email at oracleintuitions1111@gmail.com or through Facebook and Instagram at Oracle Intuitions. Also, hey guys, if you're on TikTok, follow me at Oracle Intuitions because I am trying to build up my following there so that I can create more here. And there's going to be, make sure that you guys check out the weekly videos that are up on my page already. So
all right. If you want to connect with me, head on over to thedreamteacher.com. You can book an appointment with me, shoot me an email if you've got some questions, download some hypnosis if you want to have a session and you aren't sure what to do and you have emotions that got to be cleansed, download that hypnosis. It's pretty cool. It's honestly perfect to listen to right before a session. So you would absolutely be doing yourself a big favor there. So thedreamteacher.com to connect with me.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
Our first one.
Our first lottery. Let's see. We've got number 2. That is Minnie.
Okay. What is Minnie's question? Did she
Minnie, Simran, who or what is coming towards me in love next, new or old? And Minnie is a Pisces.
Okay, give me a second. Minnie, I have a weird question for you. Is there somebody in your life from your past, like, when you were asking about old energy, were they a Pisces too, just by chance? I'm just kind of curious about that because even before I felt that even before I was told you were a Pisces, I kept feeling Pisces. Like I almost feel like a Pisces energy of some sort coming towards you. And I'm kind of curious as to whether or not this is somebody from the past. or maybe a water energy of some sort, because it really felt like a water energy. No. Okay, good. Okay. It might be just you that I'm picking up on, but I feel new. I feel new. I feel like there's a part of you that wouldn't mind some sort of closure or connection with somebody from the past. Okay. This is what I'm being told. There may be a connection that's coming through here from the past, but I am getting that there is, I don't feel that they've changed or that there would be an advancement within the situation. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't, like, it almost feels as though this would be a repeat of a situation in some way, or I'm really feeling a new energy coming through. And this is a strong, I can't explain it more. Like looming energy, like beautiful looming, like this is powerful energy. Okay. That is what is coming through. And I feel like this person, now they very much could be a water sign, maybe perhaps having water energy in them, because they are very intuitive as well. Okay. They are like, I want to, right? Like that. I kept feeling it's like this, like another Pisces literally coming at you in a good way. Okay. Could be possibly a Scorpio, but I don't feel that darkness, I guess, is kind of the word. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not that Scorpio, hey, Scorpios, I'm not dissing you. You know what I mean? But it's a less, like, this is an open energy. It's not a more closed energy. And sometimes Scorpio is
sharp. Scorpio is very sharp.
Right. And they're very, like, they're, I'm hoping to meet a water sign. Well, that's good, because I feel like that's coming through. The Pisces psychic, or the Pisces energy is more open. They're more open to some degree revealing their feelings. At least when they're speaking, they know they'll describe their feelings to you. Whereas the Scorpio at times can be a little bit more reserved with their wording and how they're expressing things. Right. So the energy that I keep feeling is, I mean, like I said, they either have Pisces or they are, some sort of water sign within their elements. But I keep feeling like this person, when they come through, it's like explosive, like, whew, here I am, take me on, Yep. and there they go. I don't know if this is going to be right away. Okay. I keep getting told a month with an A, and the next one coming through is August. However, I am going to say here, I can't guarantee August. I can't guarantee that this is going to be right away. This could be, because it's kind of showing me a little bit of a timeline. It could be anywhere from August to April. And I know that sometimes upsets people because they want that relationship right away. But I feel like this relationship, it's not going to only be worth the wait, but it's going to get both of you to a place where you're ready to just like that. Like it you know what I mean? So if it's not coming through, because I literally am seeing two, like it's like August or April. I'm not sure which one. I want to say August, because I know everybody wants a quicker timeline, but I just keep feeling like it could be a little bit longer. So let's just say between August and April. Okay. Let's usually, you guys know that I'm usually really specific when it comes to timelines, right? Like, that, like, usually when I say timeline, it's popping in like this, and I'm, usually right on with it. But I do feel like for whatever reason, there may be just a little bit of a delay with this energy, simply because there's something that needs an adjustment here. I don't feel that this has anything to do with you or anything really to do with them. It just has to do with possibly the energy being able to come together, okay, for whatever reason. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope it's helped.
Totally spot on with everything I'm picking up here too, Kathy. It's very clear
Yeah.
that this is a spiritual
Yes.
connection.
Yes.
It's so deep, it's so encompassing. It just wraps you up, and you will be impacted by this connection for the rest of your life. It's huge. I'm specifically seeing that water energy as well with the male. And Spirit literally specifically shows me that he is the key to unlocking the spiritual union, the spiritual connection here. So this is huge. Now, I do have maybe a little bit of a better indicator about when this is going to happen. Not the time
That would
frame
be good.
necessarily, but
That
what
would
they
be
are
good.
showing me is that it has to do with either you. So they're showing me you getting away from the home. So you're either traveling or you're literally going to be moving at some point here in the near future, within at least the next 6 months. So I don't know if you have some kind of travel planned already, or if you already plan on moving, but they're showing me this is when it happens, when you do come into connection or contact with this person. So I wouldn't assume the Aries. Aries is definitely not a water sign, nor is it an air sign for as much as it sounds like air, Aries. But Aries is fire, of course. And yeah, I would definitely not create any sort of assumption with the Aries here. Keep that focus with the water, because your instinct, your intuition is onto something here. It's pulling you, and Kathy and I are picking up on that so clearly as well. So you absolutely are feeling it too. Keep following that instinct.
Yeah.
That's really important. It's kind of like,
it's interesting that you say that, because I almost felt like there may be a distance thing that is happening here. And I was like, oh, I don't know if that makes sense. When people say this could be long distance, but I almost feel like the traveling may have something to do with this energy coming through. And so I was like, I'm just going to let it be for now. But it was funny that you had said that, because I was like, oh, okay, damn, I should have said that. But you know what I mean? Like, it just felt like I almost felt like that might be the weight behind something, like was the distance. But then again, even just sometimes sitting there within the energy, that doesn't change anything. It doesn't mean that the energies, just because there's a distance now doesn't mean it can't come. Like, it's not coming through. It's still coming through. It just feels like,
well, what's important is, we're shown that the gap is closing. You see that within your time span. I can see that with the getting away from home and coming closer. So we're both seeing that gap closing here. So that does show closeness. So okay, so you're talking about the Aries that hasn't changed.
Yeah, he hasn't changed at all. He hasn't changed.
That's so very clear. That's so very clear.
Yeah. It's just
so yeah, this new is really great, Minnie. So definitely enjoy that. Follow those little instincts, those pulls, those intuitive notions, because you're picking up on exactly what Kathy and I are picking up on here too. So we are, I mean, what are the odds of us connecting to the exact same idea, all three of us? So it should be showing you something. Wink, wink, wink.
So I just wanted to say something before we get into the last reading. The last lottery for the night. Hey guys, you know what? If you've subscribed, we truly, truly appreciate, because your subscriptions help this channel to grow. And I mean, if we can get to a place where we're doing more than just one live show a week, it's just that we also have to, maintain our lives at this point. And I'm really working to build up this channel. So when we can get it to a place where we've got the super chat, like we need, we're working towards those 1,000 subscribers, all of that stuff. So please, please, please stay subscribed. Make sure you're here next Wednesday, because we are doing these readings every week. I mean, sometimes if something, in life pops up, we may have to postpone it, till the next day. Maybe we'll do it the Thursday or whatever it is. But, we are pretty consistent here every week. So please make sure that you are staying subscribed, all of that stuff. Kiki, thank you so much for subscribing. Please, stay here and, stay subscribed, and hopefully we'll be able to possibly get to you next week.
And if you are on Facebook, please pop over onto YouTube if you do want to receive a reading here. So subscribe on YouTube and come in the chat here. That way
Yeah.
we can help you out. Once we get our moderator back, we might be able to do a little bit more with Facebook chat. But for now, we need you over on YouTube.
Yeah. Our moderator is sick today, so we can't have her on, and it's just too hot in her apartment to be hanging out there all day. So, but yeah, so thanks again, guys, for supporting us, because this, you know, it means the world to us. And every week I have the weekly zodiac readings are out. I'm going to be trying to post a video every single day. So make sure if you're subscribed, you're going to get the notifications on this. And thanks so much for, you know, joining us. So let's get into the last one for our lottery today.
All right. Last up is going to be, number 5. That's not here anymore. Number 7, that's not here anymore. Okay. And nope, not number 4.
It's like a
Number one.
Chandra. Yay.
We got our
I still need
one
that damn applause button. I need one of those applause.
We need
Chandra,
an applause
you're still
button.
here, right?
Chandra, you still here, love?
I believe.
Yes. All right.
Yay. What was Chandra's question?
All right. Chandra is a Libra and is asking, how can I best serve my new spiritual awakening? Oh, what a beautiful question. Okay. I love this question.
All right. So instantly. All right. Instantly, Chandra, as soon as Brandon read that question, you had a whole spirit team step right up to the plate. So they were like, okay, finally, woo, here we go. All right. So they really want to talk. Okay. So what I'm getting here is, okay, so first of all, I feel like you need to acknowledge your spirit team, like not right now, you know what I mean? But when you're working on your spiritual self, ask them to come in, ask for their guidance, because I feel like it almost feels as though they've been waiting for the invitation. Now, I don't know if you've actually given them the invitation and they're acknowledging this, or that you need to somehow give them that invitation and say, please come in, you know, and give me the guidance that I'm seeking. I'm really getting here. There's one real particular guide that's popping up. I want to just clear something up. Guides are not usually ancestors, okay? There's a difference between the guides and the ancestors. Ancestors are there to help us, and yes, they guide us in certain circumstances, but guides are here exactly for what you had asked for our spiritual guidance, to, you know, keep our integrity, to keep our morality. They help, you know, lead us where it is that we're supposed to go within our life path, our life purpose. I'm really getting here, Chandra. There is, so first thing they're telling me, you're really on the light side of the spiritual realm right now, or that you have been in the light side of the spiritual realm. I keep getting that, you know, it's interesting because Neelam was sort of in that dark going to light. You almost need to go from the light to the dark a little bit. I feel like you fought some real strong personal battles, and it feels as though through those personal battles, I keep getting told that they actually have led you in some way towards your spiritual, like, awakening. Okay. It's almost as though the gift was always there, but because of these battles, or because of some sort of, I don't know if you just recently experienced a trauma, like in some way, maybe somebody passed over. It feels like within the last couple of years. Does that make sense? Can you just verify for that? Okay. I hope that made sense of what I just said, but it feels as though you've been in the lighter side of spirituality for the last little while. And it almost feels like you have to start going in a little bit into the deep side, into the darker side. Now, when we talk about darker, this does not mean that, you know, it's negative. It's not bad. It's not evil. It's not a death triggered my awakening in February. There we go. Okay. Because it just felt like it was like I was being told that something triggered this really fast. Okay. So you're very happy, bouncy type of person is what I keep getting. Okay. But again, it feels as though there's some inner things that need to, it's like you need to experience this inner deepening, this inner, I almost want to, what is that, inner child healing or inner child work or something like that. But it does feel like it's, just give me a second here. Once you start heading into this, and this is why I feel like your spirit team has popped up, okay, really quick, because they're telling you as you enter this work, as you enter this into this deeper, and a little bit, more in depth part of the spirituality, your guides want you to know that, they're going to be with you every single step, they're there. Okay. So don't be scared to enter into those depths is what I keep getting told. There's one particular guide that's really coming through. And the interesting thing is that I can't tell, and this is really weird, because normally I do get a gender on the guides, like whether they're male or female. It almost feels like a duo team. Okay. A duo team, like a masculine, feminine sort of energy. It could be androgynous where it switches. I'm not exactly sure because I don't normally get those type of spirit guides that come through very often, but it really feels like there's a balance here that needs to come through. And I think that's what's being shown, is this balance between the feminine and the masculine within yourself. Okay. And I feel like that may be why this guide is showing up as like the masculine, feminine. It's literally switching. Like if I was to look at their face, I can't tell you whether they're masculine or feminine. And that's really unusual for me because I can usually pinpoint it right down. But because they keep switching, it's like that the masculine, feminine needs to be balanced within you. And this is going to help with this darker and in-depth journey. Okay. She says, I have loved everything, and every day is different. I do feel them there. So it's beautiful to know more. Yeah. Like this one, now you're surrounded by a team of them, but this one in particular is going to help as you head into that darker area. Now, I don't feel the darker area needs to be for a long time. Okay. So don't worry or don't panic. You're coming out again into that, that sun, that lighter part of the spiritual journey. But it is a necessary process. And I feel even though you've touched your foot into it, you haven't quite emerged into it. Okay. And I feel like there's more that needs to be done. It's almost like, it's like the swimming pool, and you're kind of putting your toe in, and maybe you put a foot in, and maybe you're putting, whatever it is, but you need to kind of do a plunge. All right. So I hope that helps.
This is such a beautiful space to be in because that growth is so very clearly coming through, Chandra. The one thing I am being shown about this growth is that it's almost as if it's being overshadowed. I wasn't fully listening to everything that Kathy was saying, although I completely trust her and what she was connected with. It's probably exactly similar to what I was saying. So I apologize if I am repeating myself because I'm also here in the chat. But it feels like something is overshadowing it. And what you're starting to become attuned to now is you're feeling what your growth feels like. You're feeling the sensation. You're seeing your own perception, your clarity, the lens that you have of yourself and your life. And you're going to start to notice other people or other energies coming in and how they interfere or how they can even pull back your own growth, limit it or stunt it in some way. This is the focus now. This is the focus now to be able to understand, okay, here I am, and I'm in my own growth, and I feel my own power, my own place, my own presence, etc. This thing or this person, is really seems like they're not allowing me to grow in the way that I see myself. So therefore, I need to make a decision. And you have to decide, okay, am I going to send this person love, light, and purpose and path and the same growth that I feel? Or am I going to limit myself, and just keep myself here? This is a huge question, and it's neither right or wrong, but I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that your spiritual growth is very valuable to you. And where it is leading you is very valuable to you. And it does seem to be the place that you do want to make decisions towards or in light of. So I would go so far from making that assumption to say that, if something or someone is stunting your growth, you're probably going to want to change or alter your course a little bit so that doesn't happen. You can kind of sidestep around it. You can totally change drastically if you need to. However you feel, you need to make that change. But a change is likely or needed to be made. Another really important thing that I keep being shown for you, Chandra, is that it seems like in the past, there was a limitation on sensuality. And when Kathy was talking about going internal and getting to those darker places, what is brought out is this deep relationship with the self. And that relationship with the self allows a beautiful form of intimacy to open up in the self. And that is what is needed to be connected to right now, is that sense of inner sensuality, that intimacy, that inner love and passion, that, oh my gosh, I love myself. Like I truly love, myself. And it's not coming from ego. It's a place of humility. It's a place of vulnerability. And I feel because of the growth that you've gone through, that is the space that you can step into right now. It is a challenge. It's difficult. It's hard to be humiliated and vulnerable with anyone else, but even with ourselves, it's like, oh gosh, this is so awkward. I can't believe I'm thinking this. I can't believe I'm doing this. But it's a beautiful space to be in, because once you solidify that relationship with the self, you have these different parts of the selves, right? You've got that spiritual, that soul self, and you got the human self, and you can see them as two becoming one. And that's the space that you're in right now. I have recently separated myself from a friend who's not on the same frequency. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's exactly what I'm talking about here. That's 100% it. Keep that focus and that mentality of like, I love you. I love you because you're a human person and you reflect me, but I don't have to be around you because it is, taking away from my personal path, and it's not personal.
I'm also getting there may be a couple more that as you advance,
there will be.
Yeah. That there's going to be, and I almost feel is like that could have to do with why you need to step into the dark a little bit, because you're going to have a truer sense of yourself as you enter that kind of, I think, did you say that? Because I wasn't really listening either. I was kind of like, I was trying to do 1,000 things here. But it feels like that dark is going to like illuminate who you are. And, but it's going to raise up your vibration. So that is going to possibly, remove some elements that are no longer necessary around you. Okay. It can be a little hard, but I don't feel that you're going to, I feel like it'll be a natural movement away. I don't feel particularly traumatic. Okay. But as Brandon said, stay strong within yourself, loving yourself, and know that who leaves is necessary for them to leave. Okay.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. So I hope that that's helped. And Stephanie, we're taking a look into you. Can I get some advice? And the third party. Oh, crap. Hey. Can we get with them with a shoe? That would work. No, I'm just teasing. He's a Libra. Okay.
Male Libras.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're so welcome, Chandra. I'm glad that it's helped.
Super happy to answer that question and to connect with you, Chandra.
Yeah. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Stephanie, okay, I have to be completely honest here. I don't feel like this is it. I feel like this third party situation was, and you can verify, maybe you already know. I hope, I don't want to break your heart, but I do feel like this third party situation was going on under the surface for a while. Like it wasn't instant. I feel like maybe it sort of slowly started, but it had been there for, for a bit.
I feel like sobbing. I can feel like
I know
all these tears welling up underneath
Well, and
my
I
own eyes.
can't. I mean, I know what that's like to find out that somebody's with somebody else, and it freaking kills you on the inside, right? So, especially when they've been lying the whole time, So obviously, I feel like that is, with you, Stephanie. I feel like it's just heartbreaking. The best thing to do. Okay, well, here's what I'm being told, and it came in really fast. First of all, I do feel like this guy and this third party are not going to be. It's not going to last. I mean, I can't give you. Yes, it's been there the whole time. I confronted him at the beginning, and then he denied it. I'm lost for words. Yeah, like it wasn't. That's just sad. It's just sad that people do stuff like that to other people. Here's the interesting thing is that they're both okay. I don't know if this other person knew you or anything. I don't even know if that energy is connected to you in any way, but they're both have some huge karmic lessons that are coming through. I almost feel like something within this situation, it almost like, I don't know if she knows you or she knows who she is, but she's got a real indignant, like I feel her energy, and it's very like, I knew I was going to get him. I knew he was going to be mine. It's almost like she's laughing in regards to this situation. And it is such a nasty, disgusting energy that is coming from this person, from her. I do feel that there was a lot of initiation off of her side. Not that he wasn't involved. Do you know what I mean? But she pushed. Like, I mean, the shoe wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm not advocating for violence. Please, I'm not saying that. Do not
It's
hit
a
anybody
psychic joke. It's a psychic shoe.
It's a psychic shoe. Hit him with a psychic shoe. Just an invisible shoe across the nose. It got such a nasty energy to her. Nasty. I feel it so strong. And, it's funny because I don't normally say that stuff like this. If you've been a watcher on the show, I'm like, but I feel her, and I feel like I need to take a freaking shower now because of just tapping into her energy a little bit. Like, she's disgusting. And, I just keep feeling that push and the push and the push and the push from her. It's almost like, I mean, not that he didn't have his role to play in this. He at any time could have been honest and all of this stuff. She knows me. I messaged her when I found out at the beginning and called him out, and she blocked me when I was, and then she said it was, yeah, like that's the thing, she's it's just nasty. So I'm going to tell you something though, and this I feel like this is going to be dropped into your hands, and you're going to have to make a decision about what to do, because I do feel that he is either going there. There's something about this relationship. Here's the difference. He's standing in the middle. You are the light. She is the dark. There's a lot of light and darkness in this show today, isn't there? There's a lot of like bouncing of energy. Yeah. You are the light and she is the dark. And it's interesting because I feel like, yeah, she's exciting in some pathetic way or whatever. Like, again, I just don't, I don't like her. But what I'm getting here is that he recognizes that nastiness. Okay. But I feel like you confronting and finding out about this is going to start a catalyst of a different energy that's going to be coming up between the two of them. This is where you're going to have to make that decision I know what decision I would make, but I can't make that decision for you. He is coming back in some way, and he probably will have left her. However, I do feel like he'll be leaving and coming back. I hope that makes sense. Like, but you know, it's like he sees the light, and literally he sees the light. The light is you. Okay. So I'm going to suggest don't do a damn thing. Don't do a damn thing. Do not contact him. Do not write him, email him, walk by his house. Don't throw shoes at his door. Don't do anything. Just like literally just freaking connect from this human at this point.
Yep.
That is going to be the only thing that is going to, because I feel like your integrity through this process is going to be very important as well. Okay. Even though he's the one that did the nasty here, it you know, justice, like the, you know, justice, the universe doesn't care. The universe doesn't sit there and go, well, he did this and she did that and he did this. They literally, like the universe literally looks at your behavior. Okay. Are you nasty? You know, it's like that, what's her name? Carrie something song, you know, where she talks about slashing the car and all of that stuff.
My key into the side of this.
As tempting as that is, don't, because it will play on your karma, and you don't want to, you know, you've been innocent through this, remain innocent. Just literally take a step back. I can almost guarantee not very long from now. I mean, I can't give an exact timeline on this, but I feel fairly quick. Like, let's say within the next 6 months, like type of energy, he's going to be like, hey, Stephanie, how you doing? And you're going to be like, you know, or maybe you'll be accepting. It's hard to say. Again, I can't make the decision for you, but this is what I'm getting. So your advice is do not do anything.
Yeah,
nothing.
That's exactly what's needed right now.
He doesn't, you know what? He doesn't deserve your thoughts anymore.
No.
He really doesn't. And her, well, I mean, her thoughts should just be flushed down the toilet. And he thought of her like literally, that's where she belongs. Because I really don't like her energy at all. But, you know, so I hope that helps. That's the advice from me.
You know, as Stephanie, right away, just connecting with you, the energy with you and Solius here, I immediately feel that distance and the bond, and it feels like something is shifting, something is moving. So that was absolutely confirmed right away, obviously. When I'm looking at his energy towards you, there is this really weird sensation that I keep being shown, and it's like this feeling of things being broken down, as if things are like ruined in some way. And I'm not sure if you have fully brought all of this up with him, because it seems like he's like laying a lot of blame onto you in some way. And so I don't know if this was established before, prior, or with whatever new development is happening now with you kind of finding this out, you know, with what he's been doing. But I can tell you this, Kathy is absolutely spot on. He is attached. He is attached to you. There's still that root, there's still that connection, and that is not gone. And it doesn't feel fully healthy. You know, the roots, the foundation have been built on lies and deceit. And so unfortunately that root that is attached is kind of gross, and, you know, it's decaying. It's as if all those other positive roots that happened in your connection, those are all gone right now. Like, those are all gone. The only one that's like hanging on is this unhealthy one. And it is because of his own past, his own traumas that he's gone through in his own personal relationships, that this kind of love has latched onto you. And you're over here feeling so many mixed emotions because of the way that he's connected to you. There is a sense of love, and it does come from a sense of compassion, because you want to feel, you know, for him in a lot of ways. And you want to believe that all the things that he had said were not just hot air. But unfortunately, like Kathy said, he does not deserve to have your energy invested into him right now, because he hasn't done the same to you. You have to keep it like a mirror. You have to keep it as simple as you can be right now. And one of the, I just got like thrown out of my body. Don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. What's really important, and what you really need to consider is that you are being put in an insecure place right now. And this insecure place is not normal for you, Stephanie. This is not a place that Stephanie lives. This is not a place that Stephanie resides. And what I'm being shown, what Spirit keeps showing me, is that your security is of the utmost importance right now. And quite literally, they're showing me this vision of you. I don't know if you're like adventurous or you like mountain climb or anything like that, but they're showing me that you have this, or are going to discover this like little special place that you can go to. And it feels like a sense of achievement. I just keep seeing like this climbing up a mountain or like going on a hike or something, and you getting to that top of the mountain and looking out and be like, yeah, I kicked that hike's ass, or, I kicked that climb, took that on easily. 2, you have this beautiful vision that you're seeing of, the world and nature around you. 3, it's this feeling of, oh my gosh, I can see so far and so clear right now. And it's that sense of security that's only for you, that's only meant for you to feel, is what is needed at this time. You have to reestablish that sense of security. You have to bring that root, that anchor back into the self. Do not define your security on that relationship. You need to re-secure yourself in your own self. It doesn't mean, let go. It doesn't mean just, break things off and do whatever. I don't care what you do with that relationship right now. What's most important is you have to feel secure in yourself, no matter what. And in all honesty, any relationship, it's not about a feeling of codependency. It's a feeling of, I'm an individual adult, secure and safe and honored in my own self. I'm an individual adult, secure, safe, honored, loved in my own self. We come together to complement one another. We don't codepend, we complement. It's so important for you to feel that security in yourself right now. Hugely important. Also, it does feel like it's very important to detach from Salius right now. So, your security is one thing, but the detachment is a whole other. And disconnecting from that, even taking away your friendship right now because of the lack of integrity that you're shown, is monumentally important. That's huge.
Guys,
I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm just reading what you said here. I withdrew a few. He did try to come back. Okay. And, here's the thing. I mean, let's just say in the future when he, rids himself of the leech that's attached to him. I'm so nice today. Hey, I just really don't like her energy. I feel it. And it's like, make him work for you. At the very, very least, you make him work for you. This man does not deserve, to have you just being, there and, all of that stuff, like, accepting him, as he is. Like, he needs to do the work for him, and he needs to prove to you that he's worthy of having you. All right. So, guys, I got that energy from her before when I pulled something. Oh yeah, she's she's not a nice person. Okay, that was an evil laugh. Hey. All right, guys, thank you again for watching, for supporting us. Please, if you have subscribed to the channel, if you were new to the channel, don't unsubscribe, because honestly, we will be here next Wednesday. I'm always putting up new videos. Please stay subscribed, because it does help the channel grow. And once we get the super chat going, it's going to be a lot easier for us to not only see your comments coming in from all the platforms and everything, but, it was like, it's been a long show today. We've been here for almost 3 hours, and you can hear my voice starting to cut out. So, we are just so absolutely blessed that you guys have chosen us, to spend your time with, and to share your energy with us, and, just to be here and supporting us through this journey that we're building and growing as well. So many, many blessings. Brandon, where can they reach you for a personal reading?
thedreamteacher.com. You can email me there, set up an appointment, buy some downloads, listen to old shows and podcasts, lots of teachings, all sorts of stuff over at thedreamteacher.com.
Beautiful. And, if you guys want a personal reading with me, contact me at oracleintuitions.com, oracleintuitions1111@gmail.com, or through Facebook and Instagram at Oracle Intuitions. If you're on TikTok, follow me. I will follow you back. I'm trying to build up my TikTok as well. But you guys, I am going to be posting videos here every day. So, the zodiac readings for this week will be up. I'll probably have one up tonight. I'm getting kind of tired. So I don't want it just to be a big fumble mumble of, like I actually want to make quality videos for you guys. But all of the videos will be up by tomorrow. Have an amazing week, you guys. Love you too, Cathryn. It's so wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Take care. Many blessings. Big hugs to all of you. And again, thank you so. Oh, and join us on Sunday. Join us on Sunday for a live interview. And it's not going to be that we are going to have a show this Sunday. I forgot. The Sunday after, we're going to have somebody's going to blow your freaking mind. So
amazing guest.
I cannot reveal it. Yes. I want to reveal it, who it is, but there's always that, what if something, or if they can't make it or whatever, we may have to do a pre-recorded show, but we'll be playing it live, whatever. But I'm honored. I'm honored beyond belief to be able to have this guest on. So
absolutely.
Okay. You guys exciting. Take care. Yeah, it's going to be so good. So good. Okay, guys. Love y'all. Take care.
Bye, everybody.